Ladies and gentlemen, Geri Petito.
I'm not an addict, I'm just an ass. And in time, this too shall pass. I'm not an addict, I'm just an ass. Geri Petito taught the class. I'm not an addict, I'm just an ass. Loves the answer, the greener grass. I'm not an addict, I'm just an ass. One day at a time, free at last.
When you don't know just what to do,
Just what to do, just what to do.
if what you're feeling is really true,
Is it really true? Is it really true?
just keep your ideas safe and sound.
Safe and sound, safe and sound.
That's exactly how change is found.
Change is found, change is found. I'm not an addict, I'm just an ass. And in time, this too shall pass. I'm not an addict, I'm just an ass. Geri Petito taught the class. I'm not an addict, I'm just an ass. Loves the answer, the greener grass. I'm not an addict, I'm just an ass. One day at a time, free at last.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Geri Petito Show. Guys, everyone and anyone who knows me knows I am the author of I'm Not an Addict, I'm Just an Ass. I'd rather be a smartass than a dumbass, guys, because 32 years ago, I was a dumbass. But today, 32 years later, actually July 27th of this year, I'm a smartass through the grace of God. And yes,
Amen.
the word ass is in the Bible at least 40 times, and it means donkey, and that's what I was. Guys, I'm saying all that to say this. We've all had the roughest few years of our lives, right? Not just here, everywhere, all over the world, and unfortunately a lot of people didn't make it, and a lot through addiction, even friends and family members of mine. So I want to let everyone know I'm a nutritional health coach, and I'm also a recovery coach. All my services to you are free. I want everyone out there to know you're not alone and someone is listening. So please, please reach out. If you think my book can help someone, because I do, you can go to Simon & Schuster's bookstore, Archway Publishing. You can go to BAM. You can go to Barnes & Noble, Amazon. You can go to my website, www.geripetito.com. You could order it from there. And also go to the Geri Petito Show YouTube channel, please, and subscribe. A lot of cool things are there. Now, guys, listen. If you truly, truly, truly can't afford my book and you need it, please, please reach out to me about that as well, okay? Someone is listening. So I want to give a shout out to a few of my sponsors first. Okay, so guys, SOS for Life, the number 4 Life. They're having their second annual benefit event, Christmas Feels Like Home, held at Vinyl Lab Nashville, December 9th. www.christmasfeelslikehome.com, www.sos4life.org, and they're here to help children in need, no matter what that need is, mentally, physically, food, whatever it is, clothing. All their proceeds, guys, go to help children. So please, please check out their websites. And if you can donate, I don't care if it's $1, whatever it is, please donate to them, okay? I want to give a shout out to Brian Buckenfuso. We know him here in Mercer County as Bucky, retired Robbinsville police officer running for Mercer County Sheriff. Guys, I know this man personally. I've known this man, gosh, since I was young. He's incredible, and we do need him in office, guys. Absolutely, right here in Mercer County. Bucky for sheriff. Please, please vote for him. We need a change here, okay? And Bucky's the man, okay? Last but certainly not least, Anthony Hudson, presidential candidate 2024. People before politics. Now, guys, I don't usually talk politics, okay, but I'm doing it this year, and there's a reason why. I got to meet that guy. Also, the producer here, Ruben. We went to the borders in Yuma, Arizona a few months back to meet him, Border Patrol, and the Sheriff Department. We spent 4 days there, and we got to know him and a lot of the people that are working with him. He is a regular person like you and me. He's a truck driver, okay? And he's only in his late 40s, so we've got time, okay? We're getting him noticed. We've already done commercials here. He's coming back here live in studio in September. And I got to hang out with this guy for 4 days. And I'm telling you right now, he's the guy. We got to get him noticed. We got to get him in. Okay? Anthony Hudson. And he's running nonpartisan. Okay? He just wants to do what's right, finally. Having said all that, okay, guys, you know I bring it, right? Well, I'm bringing it again. That's right. So I want to introduce this guy here. He's quite a character. Come on, Danny Boy Squire, say hello to everyone.
This is the day the Lord has made. Let us rejoice and be glad in Jesus.
Heck yeah,
Amen.
baby. Show your hands to everybody, your rings, your craziness. Come on, man, look at this. All right?
This is Elvis's ring.
There you go. Come on, let's see now. Bring it
Where's
better.
the
Bring it
where's
better.
the
Put it near
picture?
your nose. Put it near your nose. All right. There you go. How'd you get Elvis's ring?
Okay, I was recording my second album in Nashville, and miraculously, now in the Bible, King Saul, the first king of the Jews, walks right up to Samuel, and he says, "I'm looking for the soothsayer in this town," and he says, "I am he."
Okay.
And it's 1 Samuel 9:14, and right across the street was the building 914, and Cliff Gleaves, who lived with Elvis for 3 years from 57 to 60, walked right up to the car I was sitting in. And the songwriter, Lucky Linder, was at the back of the songwriter of Ghost Rider in the Sky, Jack Patton. And Lucky looked up, he said, "Cliff." Now, we've been looking for Cliff because they wanted to introduce me to him. And he walked right up to me. He took me to Memphis. We had 18 interviews with George Klein in a 6-day
Woo,
period.
baby.
Yeah. And the meaning in the Bible of 18 is beginning of life. And I was in the inner circle for 13 years. And, there were all these miracles that were connecting me that just kept happening. The year before, I had recorded with Three Dog Night in Los Angeles, went to Nashville to try and get a record deal. And a message came over the radio with 4 numbers. To me, that meant they connected with me to Elvis. So I said, God wants me to go to Memphis. I went to Memphis. I got there on the 16th at 11:30 at night, black of night. 2 girls from the front gate, of Graceland, started running, screaming, "Elvis, Elvis!" And I'm looking at the guard, and what? And they got up to like 10 feet from me, and they said, "You're not Elvis." I said, "No, of course not. He's dead." And but that was the year before. Then I ended up back in Nashville the following year, and then Cliff Gleaves walked right up to the car that I'm in. And then I spent a couple nights talking with him. I had a song that was nominated for Song of the Year. It's one of the songs you're going to play. And I had just recorded it, and Cliff loved it.
What's it called? What's the name? Come on.
The Greatest Love Story Ever Told.
Okay.
Which matches King Solomon's book. The subtitle is The Greatest Love Story Ever Told, and there's 8 chapters and 14 verses in the 8th chapter. Well, Gladys Presley died on August 14th. And so you see connecting things starting like that. And so, the following year, that song was nominated for Song of the Year. So that's God. That's how we know God. Like, if God does something, good things are going to happen. And, and then there's 32 years of miracle, of connecting. I called you a couple of weeks ago, and I wanted to get you involved of a communication of God that was a miracle. It was going down at the time. And I had 2 witnesses to speak to miracles that they have experienced with me. We weren't able to put it together, but I tried. And just so that you'd be involved in something current that's happening. And so I could kind of make sense out of some of this type of. Now, I recorded a song in 71.
Okay.
And you're going to play those 2 songs.
Okay.
And 41 years later, Pooh Bah Records in Pasadena, California, found the record. and they started selling it for $200 for 2 songs. And they couldn't find, they didn't know who we were. The record label went out of business the same time that we broke up,
Oh.
right after we released the song. And so they just said it was theirs. And they said, who are these guys? And so the record was pretty impressive, and that's why they reacted like that. But that's all part of the miracle connection that is happening with everything that is going on with me. And the Elvis
Yep.
is like, I mean, that was, and it still goes on. Now, Elvis was really loved numbers. And when Larry Geller, his hairdresser, would
Yep.
bring him books, Larry said Elvis was as happy as a kid in a toy store when he brought him these books on numbers. And so because God was leading Elvis with numbers, and he's leading me with numbers to connect me to Elvis with 14s. There was a Graceland called me. I'd been doing this study with the 14s, and George Klein, which you interviewed.
Well, he interviewed me at Graceland, George.
Oh, okay, he interviewed you.
Yeah.
Well, he, after about 7 years, he started lying about the number of times they played Elvis's record the first night on WHBQ radio. He started saying it was 7 times.
But he wasn't
Well,
lying.
then-
He probably forgot. Because, sometimes that happens.
No, this was deliberate.
All right.
Because I had written it in my notes,
Okay.
and they were trying to make me look wrong. But this was 1998, 7. And then in 2012, so you're fast forwarding about 14 years, I got a call from Graceland saying, we're looking for the guy that's doing the research on the 14s of Elvis. And when I said it was me, they hung up because they didn't want it to be me.
But they called you to ask you. You said it was you, and then they hung up.
They hung up. Kathy DeKnight from the Collingwood Elvis Festival. And because they're trying to block information that I'm reporting that is from God. It's miracles. And I have on video, I have pictures, I have incidents, I have the Presley family. God is connecting through numbers because God communicates with numbers, which Elvis believed. And I believe it. And the proof is in my studies. And so there are all these situations with the Presley family, which includes me, which are connected to Bible incidents. And like I've got spirit hands over my shoulder with Elvis up there above that. And there's a blue light that emanates from the spirit hands. And that was number 1 out of 47,000 entries on the internet in 1996. And to be number 1 of 47,000, that's a miracle. It shows the value of that photo. And the song that I had, The Greatest Love Story Ever Told, which connects to King Solomon, it ended up being nominated for Song of the Year. And I couldn't win because my manager, Colonel Buster Doss, who Elvis had Colonel Tom Parker. Mm-hmm. So I recorded my 3rd original album with Colonel Buster Doss. And I was being nominated for Song of the Year. And he didn't want me to win on my own with my own record label because I was going to record with him now. And he said, don't go. And you had to go to win. I was right there in Nashville. It was easy to go. I didn't have to travel. But I had to listen to him because I was going to do my next album with him. I couldn't,
Okay.
I couldn't deny his request. But anyway, so the Colonel, Elvis had a Colonel. So all these things that come to get Patsy Presley, I I went to the 14th candle vigil with her. Now, the 14s followed Elvis. God connected me to Elvis with 14s. I went to and one of them was I went to the Elvis's grave with her. She has the same DNA as Elvis. She's a double first cousin, 2 brothers, married 2 sisters, and same DNA. And I was telling her about 6 of the 14s that had happened to me at the time at the Hernando's Hideaway in Memphis at about 3 o'clock in the morning. And she said, I've heard this from Elvis. And I kept telling her a couple more. And she said, I've heard this from Elvis. And I told her a couple more. She started crying. She said, stop, I can't take it. Stop. And, you know, because the 14s are, I got like 57 14s with Elvis. And I've got a printout of like 14, the top 14. His mother died on the 14th. He recorded Danny Boy on the day I was born, the day that Jesus was crucified, April 14th in 1959. We called Red West, who was with him when he recorded that in Germany. And on the 14th of August, the day that Gladys Presley died, Cliff and Lucky, I had sung Danny Boy that day for an auction group, and they were crying. People were crying. So Cliff and Lucky said, you should change your name to Danny Boy. And that happened on
that's
the 14th.
where it came from.
Well, no, but there's more.
All right.
And then I came home and told my mother, and she said, you are Danny Boy. Your grandmother, who was dead when I was born, on my father's side, her favorite song was Danny Boy.
Oh.
And she said, don't you remember us calling you Danny Boy when you were, of course not.
Aw.
I was an infant, you know. So I already was Danny Boy. Then they said, you know, and I changed my name then when they suggested that. But so Graceland is a 13.8 acre site. So George Klein would say it was 13 acres. Well, any intelligent person, if you were going to buy that place, you would be buying it, or the person selling it would be
14
selling it
acres.
as 14.
Ah, there you go.
See? And when Elvis went to Memphis, it was in November of 48. So he was 2 months away from being 14. So he was 14, 13 and 10 months.
Okay.
So there are, you know, these all these 14s that his biggest, he had 14 nominations for Grammys, and he won 3. And they were all for gospel.
Yeah, he should have won 14. 14.
Right. Yeah, you're right.
So
You know.
wait, Danny, let's play one of your songs right now, because I want to be able to
Sure.
get all 3 of your songs in. Okay, producer, let's play one of the songs, and then we'll talk about it.
Sure.
Okay.
Elvis was going to record the greatest love story ever told, and he died 6 days later. Now, Cliff Cleves, Elvis, a very special friend, Lucky Linder, the songwriter, and myself went to Memphis, and George Klein interviewed us every day for a week across the street from Graceland, and we told this very story. The song, I recorded it, and it was nominated for Song of the Year in Nashville by Airplane International. And we're going to play that song for you now, and hope you enjoy the song, and Elvis will be watching. Okay, give me a score. Give me a pass back. Okay. Oh. Hey.
Forget loving you. What we have together is better than anything I ever knew. Your love as well as mine comes from the bottom of my soul. Our love just has to be the greatest love story ever told. God gave woman to man, and I know with all my heart, God, He gave you, honey, to me. To love and to cherish till death do us part, and for all of eternity, loving you means more to me than life could ever mean. It's there on my mind, morning, noon, and night, girl, in my sweetest dreams. Our kind of love can't be bought, traded, even sold. Our love just has to be the greatest love story ever told. Our love just has to be the greatest love story ever told. I love you, baby, yes I do.
So, Danny, you don't know, but we have a small audience here in my studio today, and they're saying that's Elvis singing. What do you have to say?
Well, that's Cliff. I mean, that's the song. I had 21 original songs at the time, and that's when he would go with the Elvis Inner Circle people. He'd go off in a corner. They'd play the song. They'd be talking, and I would stay away. I don't know what they were saying. I just let them have their privacy. But yeah, he loved that song.
So who's singing?
Me.
I know, but I mean, tell them. They're looking at me. Just come on. Say, audience, it's me. Say it again.
Oh, well, audience, yeah, that was me singing.
All right, so I have a surprise for you too, Danny. So, sir, I'm looking at you now. Come on over here. Producer, turn this mic on, please. You could have come through.
You got Ray Walker?
Nope, not Ray Walker. Remember the casinos and the song "Then You Can Tell Me Goodbye"?
Yeah.
Okay. Say hi.
Hello.
Hi there.
This
How
is
you
Ken
doing?
Brady, baby. Sing
Ken
a couple
Brady.
verses. Sing a couple verses for us. Come on.
Kiss me each morning for a million
Oh.
years.
Yeah. I love that song.
Go ahead.
Hold me each evening at your side. Tell me
Beautiful.
you love me for a million years.
There it is. Let's go.
Then if it don't work out, then you can
Then you
tell
can
me
tell me
goodbye.
How about that? There you go, Danny. Mr. Ken Brady.
Nice.
That song is in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame now, Danny.
Wow. Well, it should be.
Yeah.
That's
So-
a beautiful song.
He's sitting there with his wife and his two friends, and they're looking at me, and he says, "That's Elvis." Okay.
Great voice. Great voice.
Thank you. You too.
It's
Hey,
such a
that
beautiful,
song.
such a beautiful
thank
song.
you.
Beautiful song. The words
Yes.
are just fantastic. Yep. It was sung right.
Amazing, right?
Yes, it was amazing. Yeah, I was sitting here watching you, and I was asking her, was that you? You know, and it was
Yeah.
kind of hand talking. She was nodding. But yeah, that was a great job, Danny. Great.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah.
Well, when I met Joe Shermy for Three Dog Night, well, I had recorded Marty Robbins' "My Woman, My Woman, My Wife,"
Okay.
and I put this big ending like Elvis does with the high C, and we ended it differently than Marty does, you know. But Joe Shermy, he just went nuts. He just said, "Wow." And then I recorded an album with them.
So I have a
Yeah.
couple questions for you, and then Ken, if you have a question, feel free. I have a couple questions for you. So,
Mm-hmm.
am I allowed to ask you your age or not?
Oh yeah, 74.
Okay, 74. So you know how old this guy is? God, tell him.
I'll be 80 next March.
All right.
Oh,
So,
Yeah.
good, Ken.
so I have a question.
All right.
I have a question for you,
Yeah.
Danny. So, do you still sing now currently? Do you perform?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So, can you give us a couple a cappella, couple verses of anything? Come on, baby. You could do it. He
Yeah,
did it,
what-
and he's older than you.
What's that?
Come on.
I'm trying to think of a song that those guys really like, but
Anything.
if you need a little loving, call on me. And if you want a little bit of hugging, call on me, baby. All you got to do now, call some lonely night, and we'll be alone. All you got to do is to pick up your telephone and dial that 6345789. That's my number. What if you need a little kissing? Call on me. And if you want what you've been missing, call on me, babe. All you got to do now, call some lonely night, and we'll be alone. All you got to do is to pick up your telephone and dial at 6345789. 63 key change 578. And if you need a little kissing, call on me. And if you want what you've been missing, call on me, babe. All you got to do now. Oh, I'll be right here at home. And all you've got to do is to pick up your telephone and dial that 6345789. That's my number.
All right, man, listen. You're getting a standing ovation from the seat here, baby, okay? Everybody right here on the Geri Petito Show, you just heard. Listen, Danny Boy Squire a cappella, this guy right here, Ken Brady, okay? He's 74, right? 74, you said?
Yeah.
He's going to be 80. I mean, come on, okay?
That's a
We're
lot of
talking
years, Danny boy.
Incredible, incredible.
That's it, Kenny.
It's a lot of years, Danny boy.
This is
That's it.
amazing. You're awesome, Danny.
I'm going to
Awesome.
tell you that Danny
Thank
boy.
you. So, Ken,
Yeah.
and you've got your new book.
Oh, me?
Yeah, you.
2016, baby, 2016. Now, I have a God story.
Cool.
I have a God story. You want to hear mine?
Sure.
Okay, so my mouth to God's ears. So in 2016, I was woken up, and I'm not kidding you, like this. I open my eyes, and I hear these words, write your book. So I giggled, and I said, okay, I'll write the book. And I was like, okay. I mean, I heard it loud and clear. I didn't know why, but I listened. So my dad had Alzheimer's, and me and my brother were his caretaker, and I fast. No, that's okay. He had a beautiful life, and he was old. Older. So I said to my brother, all right, you're on dad duty this month, because I also fast for health once a year for a month. So I just told him I was fasting, which I did, but I didn't tell him or my daughter I was writing a book. So I hand wrote it. The book was done in 3 weeks, so God wrote this book. I don't care what anybody says. So I called my friend. I'm like, we have a problem. I just wrote a book, but I hand wrote it. You got to get it in the computer for me. So she gets it all in, and she says, Jared, we got to send it, because her uncle was a publisher. We got to send it to 20, 30 publishers. They may like it. They may not. She said, it might take years. I said, oh, no, no, no. You don't understand. God wrote the book. I said, so we have to send it to Simon & Schuster. That's the message I got. She laughed and said, okay. So I said, all right, listen, attach your name with mine so that, because, you might have to do computer stuff and whatever. And she's like, no problem. 5 days later, I get a call, a three-way, with her on the phone, with me and a woman from Simon & Schuster. We love your book and we're publishing it. Now, wait, that's not the best part. And I just said, okay, because God wrote the book. So I get a call from a cousin of mine who owns my heart, my favorite young cousin. And he's gay, and I'm saying that for a reason. He's okay with all that. And it was because of me, he said, that he didn't take his life years ago, because I knew, and I comforted him and said it's all okay. So anyway, he's living in Florida now, and he calls me. He says he's taking the son. And he's like, cuz, read some of your book to me. And I laughed, and I said, all right, but listen, you're going to get the first autographed copy, because all my cousins already got theirs. I'm waiting for my shipment, and everybody had theirs, and they're sending me pictures of them holding my book. I don't know it, but my cousin was doing crystal meth, because in the gay community, that was a huge drug. So I'm reading him my poems, blah, 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 reading him a little bit. So a few days later, my shipment comes. I get 100 books, and I call his cell phone to tell him as I'm autographing his book. And his sister picks up the phone. She's younger than him. She's a lawyer in Robbinsville. And they call me John. And she said, John, we need you tonight. I'm on a plane with Michael. He lost his mind, and we need you. So the book was for him. And then another cousin, that's even a worse story. The book was for him. I went to his house that night. He lost his mind. And long story short, I got him help, stayed with him 24/7. And he never let go of my book. So that was why I had to write it when I wrote it. But then in 2020, I revised it. And there's a poem in here that he wrote to me and that I wrote to him in it. So, Listen, God, let me tell everybody out there, we're not talking crazy, him and I. Because when God speaks, please listen. Okay?
Yes.
That's all I'm going to say.
Amen. Mm-hmm.
So now, Dan, wait, before we get into any more, let's play one more of your songs, okay?
Yes.
Because we love it. All right, producer, hit us with another tune.
Wake up in the morning, head into the bed, leaving for the great farm, wishing I were dead. Pushing, fixing things, make them think
Take it away.
Michael, let me tell you something. Or David, I mean. Danny.
Danny.
Yeah.
Danny boy.
Danny boy. You know, I've been around a long time, and I don't know if you've done anything with that song or anything, but anyway, I really think that song would catch on today. With today's music and stuff, I think it would fit right in the cut. And I think you ought to do something with that, really. Certainly.
Yes. Well, that the Pooh Bah Records in Pasadena, California, they were selling it for $200.
Crazy. Tell us the name of it again and what it means. Tell us your story with it.
Well, that song is Grape Farm, the title, and that is people getting hooked on drugs.
Yep.
That's don't go near the grape farm, stay away. And
that song
it was
would catch on.
written by the trombone player Rocco Ferrari.
Okay.
Fabulous Italian musician.
Heck yeah, baby.
Yeah, and the other side is Frank Bozo wrote that. Another fabulous.
Bozo. All right.
Yeah.
Bozo.
Another fabulous Italian musician, and he got me in the band. It was Frank. We had played in this band that I'm with now, Route 67.
Okay.
And we opened for Wilson Pickett.
Okay.
In 57, and Jimi Hendrix
Get out.
was the guitar player in the band. He hadn't made it yet.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Well,
So that keyboard player in that band, he's playing keyboards in that recording and the next one.
All right.
And he wrote the next song.
Okay, that's cool. What do you have to say before we play it?
Do something with that song, I know, because that'll fit right in today, the way things are going in this world.
Yeah.
Believe me.
That's amazing.
Yeah, I'd pull that out of the closet and put it out there. Do something with
Well,
that.
listen, Ken, the next song they're going to play, it was #1 in 15 cities in Canada and top 10 otherwise.
Okay.
And the one that you just heard was also charting high. It was a double-sided hit.
So cool.
Wow.
But our band broke up.
Where do you live?
Hamilton.
But Hamilton
Ontario.
in Canada.
Yes.
Okay, because I live in Hamilton, New Jersey.
Right.
All right. See the connection? Hey.
Yeah.
So
Connection.
I want to tell you my Elvis little thing, and then we'll play your next song. Since I have to tell you, since you told me all yours. So,
Yeah.
you know what? George Klein interviewed me at Graceland years ago before he passed, and I got to interview Priscilla Presley's son a few months ago, Navarone. I got to interview, and you're friends with her, I believe, Elvis Presley's nurse, Marion.
Yes.
Yep, and she's guys, keep her in prayer, okay? She's still in a hospital, but she's doing great. I just talked to her a couple days ago.
Oh, I
Okay?
didn't know
Amen.
that either, because
Yeah.
I've met her, too.
Yeah, she's in her 90s. She's
Yeah.
doing good. Listen, I love her so much. It was just her birthday. So, and now, I'm going to say something, and Danny, do not say anything negative about this, okay? So, So I interviewed a gentleman named Elvis Aaron Presley Jr., and I received court documents stating he is who he says he is. That's enough, Mr. Danny. All right, love you, kid. So now, we're going to play your next song, and then you're going to talk about it, and then we're going to give you the mic for about 5 minutes, and I want you to let everyone else know everything that's going on with you, okay? Because we really want to hear a little bit more about what's going on with you. Producer, let's play our third song. I thought we had 3. No, did we play 2 or 3?
2.
We only played 2, Ruben. Yep. See, our producer's over there having a little bit too much of his orange juice.
Yeah.
I have to tell you, every time I see Ruben, he's eating.
He's eating a banana. He eats healthy, he doesn't drink. I'm making fun of him.
You can call him anything but late for dinner.
Okay.
Yeah.
So do we have
I
the
just had
third
a
one?
banana. Going to the country.
Going to the country. Is it on there, or do you have to try and grab it again? All right, so let's talk. You let us know when you can play it, okay? You can? Oh, you got it? Okay, here we go.
I'm going to town, wasting my time. Can't seem to get into the groove. Taking the time, I'm blowing my mind. Got no other things to do. Where I'm gonna go, I think you know. Back to the farm with you. The baby come to the country. That's where my mind's at ease. The more to do will be a friend, girl. So we'll be on again. We'll be happy when the fun comes together again. Destination messed up here in this town. My feet don't ever touch the ground. Floating in clouds, a mountain high. Things are looking to the static. City life is bringing you home. So back to your bacon and corn now. Now baby, come to the country. That's where my mind's at ease. The more to do will be your friend, girl. So we'll be on again. We'll be happy when the fun comes together again. Baby, come to the country. That's where my mind's at ease. The more to do will be your friend, girl. So we'll be on again. We'll be happy when the fun comes together again. Rain, rain, go away. Come back another day. Rain, rain, go away. Come back another day. Come back another day.
Tell him, come on.
Far out.
You have a fan, baby, other than me. He's your fan, okay?
My friends, I met them up in Pennsylvania, and they took me out to hear a couple bands that were absolutely marvelous. But the one you got behind you right there, partner, is hot.
Okay?
I mean,
yeah.
they're making music, and
Yeah.
it's right on. And you need to put these songs have got to go out there again. I'm telling
But
you.
this one was a big one. He said, tell us
Yeah.
about this song and the title again.
Oh yeah, it's that one's going to the country. It was number one in 15 cities in Canada,
Pretty cool.
and you know, like it was on Billboard, and then it got on Billboard. It was number 33 of the top 100 on Billboard, and we were supposed to do two more singles, but we broke up. So they gave our name to another band. And they finished our contract out, but, you know, they weren't us.
What was the name of your band?
Young.
Young?
Yes.
Okay.
Now
that's-
there's another. Huh?
I said, that's cool.
That's my age, young.
Yes. Yeah, I'm getting there too. But Farron Young, you know him in
No.
country music?
Yeah.
Nope, I don't.
I do.
Well, you know,
He
back
does.
in the day, you know,
Oh, back in the day, he knows.
Yeah, way
Yes,
back
yes.
when.
He had hits, but see when Lucky Linder I was at Shoney's in Nashville, and I'm getting ready to record, and I had 10 songs from a Nashville songwriter, and then Lucky came up to me and he starts playing 3 songs to me, and while he's doing that, and the Farron Young is in the room, and and his spelling, Young, is the same as our band. And I was listening to George just before he passed away.
Yeah.
And he was interviewing Lamar Fike. And they had gone with Elvis to Nashville, and they passed Fair and Young. And Elvis ducked into a room, and George Klein said, "Man, Elvis was swearing like I'd never heard him swear in my life." And we have all heard the story of someone that said to Elvis the first time he played at the Ryman Auditorium, "Hey, buddy, go back to Memphis and drive your truck."
Oh,
'Cause
right.
he had
Yeah, that's right. Heck no. Go ahead.
yeah.
Was he ever
The
wrong?
guy that said that was Fair and Young.
Well, I don't like him now. Okay. So wait, do you know of a song that maybe I would know by Fair and Young?
Jeez.
All right, I don't
don't
like
think-
him anyway. We don't like you. So, all
Well,
right.
he was wrong. He was wrong and he was jealous.
He was wrong and jealous. All right, so here's the
Yes.
thing. At the end of one of my music poems and all that, okay, music is a must for you to keep your joy. Because Elvis,
Yes.
no, listen, music is a must for you to keep your joy, okay? Elvis is my boy. Elvis is my boy, okay?
Amen.
Listen, I want to ask
He's a
you.
gift from God.
Listen, he is a gift from God, right?
Yes.
So I want to ask you, you got the mic for a few more minutes. Tell everybody anything you want them to know. Again, any websites, anything to get in touch with you, to buy your music, whatever it is that you want to let them know, please do that now.
Well, I'm on Facebook, so Danny Boy Squire, you can find me there. We've got a new band from the old band, from the bass player Phil, that played the Wilson Pickett show with us. He was putting the band back together, and we've got new players,
Okay,
and we got a 6-piece band. We're looking for a keyboard player,
okay.
and we're going to go in and record some songs from the 60s, from the 50s, not the 50s, 60s, when we were playing.
Okay.
Because we might change the name of the band to Back to the Future, because to me, when God sent me up with these guys with Route 67, see, I sang that record that you just heard. That was me finishing my teenage years. I was 21. And then I started doing more like Engelbert and Elvis and Marty Robbins and using my voice in a different way. Elvis at 21 went to Hollywood and changed his style of singing. Me at 21, I went to Hollywood and changed my style of singing. And we both at 16 Elvis and I bought a pink and black, not together. I didn't know anything about
Okay.
him.
Okay.
Pink and black tuxedo with a pink and black cummerbund. And there's 14 things that connect us with those with that tuxedo. So, we Back to the Future might be the name of because the message I got, God saying, go back and sing that R&B that you sang, because I stopped doing it.
Yeah.
See,
Yeah, you're right. Back to the Future. I love that.
but I'm still singing the other two, but not with this band.
No, but I love that.
Yeah,
Danny, I want to read a poem out of my book, okay?
sure.
I like reading this poem to when I interview entertainers,
Right.
because a lot of people will message me and thank me for bringing on entertainers, right? You know that, especially through COVID. A lot of them couldn't leave their homes. This one woman was in the hospital, and I did a live, and she was crying and thanking me that the nurse had to prop her phone up so she could watch the live. So music, saves lives, right? I mean, everyone loves it, but a lot of people will message me and say things like, oh, Jerry, I wish I could write poems like you, or I wish I could sing like that singer, or whatever. But I want everyone to know that you're all born with something special. Everyone has a gift, okay? You just
Amen.
have to figure it out, right? God didn't make you or me any more special than anyone else. So
Right.
here's this poem is called utilizing gifts and talents. And I want everyone out there second guessing themselves to really, really listen to the words of this poem, okay?
Mm-hmm.
We are born with talents, we are born with drive, with different gifts to help us thrive. I knew early on I was born to draw and paint, to also write poetry, and to talk without restraint. Our gifts and talents should all be used, God's gift to us, not be abused. We can go far in life for sure using our gifts to go on tour. All our talents should be used to create ourselves and more, but then our job's to share them, to even up the score. You see, in life, what's needed is not just for ourselves. Once our gifts are mastered, take them off the shelves. A living we can make by spreading them around, not just for the money, but to spread a peaceful sound. So don't take for granted the gifts you're given. Go out and spread the joy. Our gifts are not to be held back for us to self-destroy. Put your efforts forth. Do not hesitate. All your talents, my friend, are never second rate. Never hold them back or you will surely die. Maybe not in body, but your soul will cry. Our gifts were made to share, our talents made to soar. Go through life enlightened, and then you can roar. Be proud of who you are. Be happy you're alive. Once again, my friend, your gifts will help you thrive. By putting efforts forth, not keeping them at bay. Listen to me. I want to tell you, honey, Danny Boy Squire, that your name will live forever, forever and a day. So go through
Amen.
life excited, for what you sure can give to yourself and others is our reason to live. Our grave will be quite lonely, but our legacy lives on. So make sure people smile with the breaking dawn. And you know what? That's what you're doing, and that's what you're doing, okay?
Danny,
You're making people
Yes.
smile.
yes. Now, Ken, there's another song called You're One in a Million. And what's the title of yours?
Then you can tell me goodbye.
Oh, it doesn't have anything to do with million at all.
Yeah, if you kiss me each morning for a million years.
Oh, right.
There it
Right,
is.
in
He
that
knew.
line.
See, you knew.
You know,
Yeah,
I
I knew.
I always
That
say,
was something.
I ask my audience all the time, if you kiss me for a million years, I wonder what I'd look like.
See, he knew there was the word million in it.
Yeah, the million years. Kiss me each morning for a million years.
Yeah. Oh, I love that song, Ken.
You know,
That's
you're from you come into Memphis, Tennessee. The
Oh, it's in the Hall of Fame, right?
Yeah, the writer of that song was John D. Laudermilk from Nashville.
Oh,
Yep.
yeah, John D. Laudermill. What else did he do?
Oh gosh, I can't think right off
But
the
I
top.
know
of my-
that name.
Oh, he had so many hit records that
Was he just a songwriter?
Yeah, and he sang and played an acoustic guitar, but when he did Then You Can Tell Me Goodbye, it didn't even get charted. He couldn't do anything with it. Well, the founder of the Casinos, Gene Hughes, picked that song up, and the Casinos did it, and it soared to number 6, stayed there for 10 weeks. And so it was a great hit.
Nice.
Yeah, and today people use it for their very first dance song in their weddings, for their very
Right.
first day. So
Oh, that song is gorgeous.
yeah, I love it.
I could do that song in my show.
So,
certainly
Danny
can.
boy, I want to tell you something about this guy, what happened, how we met and all that. So, we have a mutual friend in Florida, Pablo, okay, who I adore. So, Pablo and I became friends on Facebook. He's a singer also. He sings a lot of Elvis in his living room. He's amazing. So,
Right.
he gives my number to this guy without telling me. And it was the day after New Year's when you called me years ago. And I'm in my office and my phone rings and I pick it up because I had a poker league back then, Midnight Hour Poker. So I would pick up people's, even if I didn't know them because they might have been, looking to play poker. So I pick up the phone and he says, "Hi, is this Geri Petito?" And I said, "Yes." He said, "This is Ken Brady from the Casinos." So I'm thinking poker. So I say, "What casino?" And he says, "Oh, Sweet Pea, I've heard that a lot," and starts singing the song. And I'm like, "You're messing with me, right?" And and his wife over here, his beautiful wife, Cindy, says, "No, he's not messing with you. It's him." So that's how we met. But then I called my daughter as soon as I got off the phone with him. She's 42 now. and she was in her 30s then, and I said, Tiffany, do you remember this song? And I start singing it. I can't sing. And she's like, Mom, the whole world knows that song. And I'm like, well, he just called me, baby. So that's
Yeah.
how we met. That's how we met.
Been friends ever
Yeah,
since.
yeah.
So, all
Fabulous.
right, so now, Ken.
Then you can tell me goodbye.
That's it.
Kiss me each morning for a million years. But kiss me each evening with a smile. Tell me you love me, but leave the word. Then you can tell me, but then you can tell me, then you can tell me goodbye.
Oh my gosh, yes, right here, baby, on the Geri Petito Show. Honey!
Hey, beautiful. Nice surprise with Ken. Jerry,
Listen,
very nice.
thank you. So,
Yes.
we're getting ready to close, Danny, but we will have we will have a few minutes for each of you. Ken, how would you like to close? What would you like to tell people listening, and what would you like to say to this incredible guy?
This guy is a living legend of music. The songs that he wrote, the songs that he sang, are absolutely amazing. I listened to him tonight, and I thought they was beautiful. And not only that, he's a gentleman. He's a nice guy. He's funny, and you need to connect with this guy if you can get him on his Facebook and friend him and whatever, and follow some of his things, because it'd be a neat experience for you. That's all I can tell you.
Thank you. All right, Kenny. Beautiful, man.
Now, Danny, what would you like to say in closing to people listening and to this guy?
Well, God, Jesus, so many people,
Yep.
are just lost.
Yep.
And they don't have the handbook on how to win in life. And the handbook is the Bible.
Yep.
And God teaches us how to treat each other right, and love each other. And, it's that's a message. I've got 56 gospel songs. So, Elvis, they're Elvis gospel
Yep.
songs.
Yep.
And, and Kenny, wow, what a surprise. Because that song, that's a killer.
Yeah.
Man, that's a killer. Man, then you can tell me.
I love it.
Then you can tell me goodbye.
I think it's the tech. We're having some tech things.
Yeah.
So, Danny, we're having a little tech issue, so you keep going in and out, but we heard you loud and clear. So now, I want to say to everyone listening to please, please share this show. All right? I mean, come on, you got two legends here with me. Share it, okay? This is amazing. I want to absolutely, Danny,
Wow.
give the glory to God. Give the glory to God, right? And
Amen.
Elvis. And Elvis.
Jesus.
And Elvis. And I think I want to make
Yes.
everybody laugh.
And Elvis. Well,
He's going in
Elvis,
and out.
Elvis was a gift from God.
Yep, he's going in and out, right? Danny, you're going in and out. I want to make you guys laugh now. And I can say this joke because it's not really a joke. It really happened. And God, listen, a lot of people judge me, and I'm a Christian. First of all, they've judged me for my book thing because the word ass, and I keep telling them the word ass is in the Bible, guys. All right? So I'm not fake in any way. He'll tell
Yes.
you that. And my pastor came over. We were praying. We were talking. I needed his help with some things. And this was years ago. And I always tell people, stop pretending you're so perfect and everything's so great and you're sitting in church. But then, because God
Yeah.
knows your thoughts. God can hear you. So I don't hide anything because
Yeah.
God already knows.
Yeah.
So my pastor says something to me about forgiveness. I had to forgive someone that I really didn't want to, but I did. And I said, well, Pastor Mark, I said, I'm a Pisces. I said, and I'm a good fish and a bad fish, and I swim in opposite directions. And he laughed and he said, here we go, Jer, okay, because he knew me. And I said, listen, the good fish absolutely wants to walk with Jesus. But that bad fish absolutely wanted to sleep with Elvis. And that's the truth. And listen, God has known that since I was probably 12, okay? So I can't hide that.
You know, I'm a Pisces.
Okay, Pisces,
I'm
baby.
I'm a double fish.
There you go, okay? So, Danny, you keep going in and out,
Couple of
sweetie.
fish.
Yeah,
Jesus
it's bad. We're having tech issues with
fed
you.
the 1,000 with 5 loaves of bread
Yep.
and fish.
Danny, we can't hear you anymore. We're having tech issues. But listen, we love you. This was amazing, okay?
My pleasure to meet you, and I'm going to get on your website.
Pleasure to
and
meet you.
I'm going to send you a friend.
On Facebook. I'm going to have him do it, okay, tonight. All right? And thank you again,
Okay.
Danny. All right.
God bless you all. God bless the audience.
Oh,
God bless America.
that's right. Ruben, take us out. Sorry for the tech issues, guys.
I'm going to friend you.
Yep.
Ladies and gentlemen, Geri Petito.
I'm not an addict, I'm just an ass. And in time, this too shall pass. I'm not an addict, I'm just an ass. Geri Petito taught the class. I'm not an addict, I'm just an ass. Loves the answer, the greener grass. I'm not an addict, I'm just an ass. One day at a time, free at last.
When you don't know just what to do.
Just what to do, just what to do.
If what you're feeling is really true.
Is it really true? Is it really true?
Just keep your ideas safe and sound.
Safe and sound, safe and sound.
That's exactly how change is found.
Change is found, change is found. I'm not an addict, I'm just an ass. And in time, this too shall pass. I'm not an addict, I'm just an ass. Geri Petito taught the class. I'm not an addict, I'm just an ass. Loves the answer, the greener grass. I'm not an addict, I'm just an ass. One day at a time, free at last.